So hello, I think we are good to go. In the meantime, my colleague Madalena will reset all participants. I think for the sake of the time, we will start the webinar. Hello everyone, I'm Maria Durão. I'm consultant at Inova Mais. Inova Mais is a project partner in STARHAUS project. Welcome to STARHAUS first webinar to present STARHAUS first open call on open innovation and creativity. Today we will present you and introduce you STARHAUS project and go into details of this first open call, open innovation and creativity, open call number 1, vision. Okay, so the agenda for today's webinar will start with an introduction to the STARHAUS project, and the presentation of the project will be done by our project coordinator Shandana Ratnaike from FinTech. Then we will proceed with the STARHAUS use cases presentation. The use case on the fertilizers will be introduced by Thomas Laurent from Team 2. Then beverages will be showcased by Jared Anson from Cody. Then pet food by Petrus Vratou from University Babel Goliath. And then breakfast cereals will be introduced by Achilles Srivastava, also from FinTech. And then the third point of the agenda will be the open call presentation. We will introduce you how to apply to the open call, the eligibility criteria, all the important steps and the entire process, such as evaluation process, selection process, and so on. And then we will also share with you and reply to all your questions during a Q&A session. Please note that this session, this webinar is being recorded. The recording will be available after the session. It will be available both on social media and the website, so you can revisit the webinar and visit for the first time to clarify all your questions. During the session, you can write your questions and doubts directly through the Q&A tab. And we will try to reply all your questions during the Q&A session. But of course, after the webinar, you can also share your questions through our email. Okay, so now I will give the floor or the screen to Shandana, our project coordinator, to introduce you STARHAUS project.
Thanks, Maria. It is nice to be here, and also another warm welcome from STARHAUS Consortium side to our external participant. So first, I think I should get this control to my side so that I can freely go through the slides and so on. I think now it is working. So in next few minutes, what I would do is that I would have a short walkthrough this STARHAUS project that already Maria has introduced. And also then let our other consortium colleagues to go into deep into the use cases and so on. So first of all, you can see that the project STARHAUS project is funded by European Commission under its this special umbrella program called Horizon Europe. So as you can see here, the call topic, localized and urban manufacturing, supporting creativity and the new European Bauhaus. So our target is to address this topic in order to fulfill this call requirement and so on. So the call type project is research and innovation action, RIA call, and our target TRL or technology readiness level is 6, starting from 5. That means you will see some already prepared technology developed through some early projects, and we are trying to get into a little higher TRL level. Our total budget is something like €2.5, and we will work the project through 3 years. And we have a strong consortium partnership here in the project. In a minute, I will introduce those our consortium partners and so on. So if I go to the next slide, let me see. Yeah, here we go. Sorry. Here you can see our partners, STARHAUS partners. I'm not going to do all one by one, but you can see many known names. Sintef, we are coordinating the action, so I'm representing Sintef here, plus the whole consortium, the STARHAUS consortium. You can see very many other partners from different countries, European countries. We have a quite strong multidisciplinary consortium. We have ICT, information, computational, computer and technology experts, social scientists, societal oriented experts, and also mechanical engineering, design and fabrication experts, simulation experts, communication experts, social scientists, as I said, business developers, so on and so forth. Also, you can see that we have 2 municipalities join in the consortium so that our pilot can be implemented and validated in their locations. So basic message here is that we have a strong consortium representing different disciplinaries. Together, we are going to achieve the goals, that objectives and so on, that will be introduced in few minutes time. So before I jump into STARHAUS objectives and other main goals and so on, I would like to show you a few information that how we get into STARHAUS, path to STARHAUS, so on. This, as I mentioned to you early, this is a sort of extension to what one project that we have been working. We worked last 3.5 years or so, which is called DIY for You, which was funded again under this Horizon 2020 program. Our aim of that project, concluded project, was to deliver sort of end-to-end digitally supported supply chain, enabling personalized, customized FMCG or fast-moving consumer goods. Those who are familiar with this terminology, fast-moving consumer goods, that is nothing but our detergent, shampoo, soap, such things, which are intimately connected to our personal space. But most of those products are made in a mass production methodology, which will give us a sort of challenge how we can personalize those products and so on. So our aim during DIY for You project is to develop necessary infrastructure to make this FMCG production, personalized FMCG production, so that we can have a sort of co-creation, co-design process in order to get our own made for me type of FMCG product. So going into little detail about our outcome of the project. So our strategical objective was to develop sort of software, open innovation digital platform, ensuring seamless co-design, process with the different stakeholders. So this is a sort of web-based digital platform where we put together all sort of database, knowledge base, formulation expertise, chemical engineering expertise, digital technologies like AI, ML, such things. And also this software or the digital platform will communicate with the consumer in order to understand his or her need, requirements, and so on. So what this digital platform would do, the customer needs will be understood, and then according to these new digital tools, AI, ML, blockchain technologies, it will give the best suitable formula based on the different formulation and so on. Then this best suited, best matching formula will be transferred to the hardware unit. That is the other outcome of DIY for You project. This is a sort of a small scale, modular based, fully automated hardware unit that will produce this personalized product, a specialized product. So it is very fully, as I mentioned, fully automated and no need to intervene anything. So once the order is received from the platform through this integration process, the machine will produce it and give it to the customer hand. So it is a very, very intelligent, very flexible, very quick process. So this is what we have achieved through a DIY for You project. Getting a little bit into the outcome and so on. So at the end of DIY for You project, what we have delivered is two demonstration demonstration manufacturing units. Madalena, I can only see the blank screen. Is it?
Yeah, sorry. I think there's a bug, and it's not allowing me to take control back. Could you maybe release control and see if I can solve this?
Yeah, I
Sorry
can stop control.
Did you? Okay.
I stop control, Madalena.
Mhm. Okay.
Now we can see.
Now, can I try?
Yes, I can. Okay. Now
Yes.
you have control again.
Yeah.
Good.
Sorry.
So, yeah, no worries. Then we are, yeah, again, this is what we have achieved after the project. And then if I go to the next slide, yes, that at the end of the project, we delivered the manufacturing demonstration facilities, or we also call it like Fab Lab, fabrication laboratories and so on, integrated with digital technologies, digital tools that can produce personalized detergent, powder detergent, and personalized liquid detergent. So this project was successfully reviewed by EC in last year June, and we are glad to inform you that this project was selected as one of the success stories by EU project. EU Commission, sorry. So that was a sort of motivation for us to go ahead with the beyond the DIY for You, what we can do beyond our achievement and so on. At same time, we consider this as a sort of disruptive technology to our traditional conservative production of FMCG. So we also very occupied with defining business model and application areas other than FMCG, other than detergent. So we could recognize that there are two possibilities here in terms of business model, especially business to customer business model. That means B2C. Especially addressing our specific personalized need and requirement in food, pharmaceutical, detergent, cosmetic, and paint industries, for example. As we can see here in the slide, we have some allergy requirement, detergent, dietary requirement, and so on, and same time, some personalized preferences like color, fragrance, and so on. So addressing such needs, we can use this concept in the food, pharmaceutical, cosmetic, and painting industry as well. In addition to that, we saw that the application area comes into business to business model like B2B applications. Especially right now, we are in many industries, we have different formulation, different formula that has to be tested before they set into the full production line, especially chemical, metallurgical, high performance material, and so on. So it is not always feasible to use their full production line to test this new formulation and so on. So rapid prototyping in business sectors is another area that we can use this technology, use this concept, use this DIY for you concept in an economically viable way. So with that, what we did is we tried to go beyond DIY for you, understanding what are the gaps and so on. So the basic things that we were, so that we have to engage communities and stakeholders to take it further, and also understanding further B2B application and going into further TRL levels and so on. That is how we started. We put together our strong consortium, STARHAUS. That is where STARHAUS was born. So what we are trying to do in the STARHAUS project as our main objective is to facilitate widespread community adoption and sustainable customized FMCG through a human-centric approach for decentralized, localized urban manufacturing. Very many words here, but main message is that what we are trying is to get this concept, how we can make this decentralized, human-centered, personalized manufacturing through these different stakeholders, how we can engage community, how we can learn, how we can teach the communities through this concept further on. So you can see some main objectives here: support decentralized manufacturing, especially engaging communities, and also enhancing sustainable production and consumption models and so on. And also we try to promote collaborative models between domain experts. As I said, we have social scientists, we are engaging artists, we are engaging technology providers here, how we can enhance the collaboration so that we can have this concept further into the process. And also this the new European Bauhaus concept. This is has been recognized as a very quite interesting approach. How we can how we can stimulate this new technology in manufacturing space. That is also one of the goals. And also we are trying to design, test, and validate novel concept in human-centric customized production here during the project and validation and so on. And also here in this webinar, in this presentation, actually what we are trying is to promote this idea into the non-consortium members, external partners, and so on. One of our main objective also is to provide financial support to third parties, representing different domain experts, artists, technology providers, in order to support our project concept, project objectives, and so on. Yeah. Having said that, this is how is our use cases. I will not take much time here, just introducing you. My consortium colleagues will go into deep detail during their consequent presentation. But here we have selected 4 use cases, two main use cases, like fertilizer, how we can produce fertilizers in order to personalize it, customer needs, and so on, and also pet food, another one. And also we are planning to replicate the fertilizer use case into the beverage, how we can make these personalized beverages, and also our cereal, breakfast cereal. The main motivation behind selecting these 4 use cases is to get into food industry, because we really recognize that this is a sort of foundation that we can change the consumer mindset, addressing especially the circularity, green transition, sustainable production, and consumption cycle and model. So that is STARHAUS use cases, and also our expected results. We are, as mentioned, we have already hardware unit. We are planning to make new modules to address new use cases, software application, new customized product. co-design toolkits, methodology toolkits, and so on and so forth. And also at the end of the project, we will make some policy recommendation to the EU Commission how this concept can further be implemented in societal development and so on and so forth. And also you can see here target groups. So we are targeting technology developers, local producers, artists, creatives here, policymakers, public, and of course EU projects, initiatives, and so on. I'm not going into detail, but we have already recognized some KPIs, how many producers, how many policymakers we are targeting here, but some numbers here you can see. So I will conclude here with a simple note on what we are trying to make an impact from STARHAUS project in a way. We have recognized a fourfold impact section, like societal impact, especially improving stakeholders alignment, increased sustainable practices, engagement of sustainability, awareness of circular design, and so on. And also this will directly impact to the economical side, effectiveness, efficiency of production processes, implementation, scalability, and of course through this we will enhance the EU competitiveness in industrial sectors. And scientific impacts, breakthroughs like this MDF units, we will further enhance, we will further develop those things in scientific impacts and so on. As environmental impact, we will get improved environmental sustainability, social equity, so on and so forth. So with that note, I will stop here. We highly encourage you to consider this project, this concept as interesting, and we hope that we get more interesting applications, more interesting fund application from your side in near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandana, for the great presentation. I will now give the floor to Thomas to present us the first STARHAUS use case.
And
Yes,
I would
Maria.
just ask you, Thomas, if you could request control so you can present.
Control. Okay.
Or perhaps,
Just
Chandana, you could also release control. And
you can. No, but you can switch the slide by yourself. No problem with that. I was just told you to switch. No problem. So thank you, everyone. I'm Thomas Laurent. I am in charge in Team 2 as a partner of STARHAUS project. So Team 2 is a cluster in circular economy, and we are in charge of the aspect of sustainability and of the use cases of fertilizers. So I will develop a little bit what is the use cases of fertilizer. So fertilizers are used all around the world to boost growing of plants for diverse use, but mainly for food industry, of course. Objective of the use case is to understand the value chain of the fertilizers, to identify where to implement also the technologies that Chandana already show you and developed and explained to you. So my task here is to understand better where we could place this technology. Next slide, please. So what are the fertilizer based on? Classically, we have identified two ways of fertilizers or two main products which are common in the fertilizers. So you have the organic fertilizers and the chemical fertilizers. So what is an organic? An organic fertilizer is mainly produced from different organic waste, dejection, food or agricultural waste, whereas a chemical fertilizer is more produced from mineral extraction and transformation, or you could also use compressed air, and it's transformed into different ingredients that we could mix together to produce these fertilizers. So mainly, I would say dedicated, not business cases, but use cases that we have already identified are the farmers' direct sales, the farmers' tailor-made sales, and civilian or gardeners. To explain a little bit what are those three aspects, farmers is generally the direct sales from the formulate already a formulate chemical production or organic fertilizer. So from organic or chemical, it is directly sell to the farmer, and it is not a tailor-made, but a common made fertilizer, whereas a farmer tailor-made is a case where the soil is identified and we could see, or the growth of the plant, where we could tailor-made the fertilizers. And of course, for the last business cases, we are is more dedicated to the civilian or gardener. So what is commonly used, I would say, in a shop where you have here more formulated fertilizer, but not tailor-made. So our objective now is to understand in this main use cases where what are the positive aspects or the negative aspects, and to understand where the technology could answer to the requirement of fertilizer. Thank you very much, and we can go to the next main use cases.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Now I give the floor to Jared. Jared, yes.
Okay, so I will present the use case of beverages. And beverages will be, that's something drinkable and it's enjoyable and it's something refreshing you are drinking for your own welfare. And from 2022 up to 2028, the global market for beverages are expected to double. So there's a huge impact or a huge increase in demand for these products. And what a beverage is basically a soda or beer or energy drink, and many things you can call a beverage, but it's basically like something you drink which is refreshing. And most of it is made with the main ingredient will be water, and you add some flavor and maybe some CO2 in order to make it to a product you would want to drink. And here you see on the left image there's a distribution center of beverages, and you see that they have made a huge amount of these beverages, and they are stored there, and they are shipped into trailers and then distributed all over the district. And that is basically how the beverage industry is working. Yeah. But on the image to the left, you see, I mean, on the right side, you see which is a commercial for SodaStream, but at least it shows that it's really much water in there, and that's an important aspect. Maybe like this. Yeah. Okay. So there's a global trend where everyone wants to be unique and have their own favorite beverage. And in order to supply that, many soda companies, they are making limited edition sodas. For instance, this Coca-Cola Year 3000 type of beverages, which is even made with artificial intelligence to make the perfect product for the consumers in about 1,000 years from now. So you see here that there's a demand for special products, and a product that are talking to the different characters. And in order to be unique, you cannot just like use a product that everyone else are enjoying. So you need to have your own product. that you enjoy, and that has resulted in a very big selection. So if you go to just a normal store today, you see very many kinds of beverages that are available, and that has changed, and it's much larger now than for 10 and 20 years ago. And this is a trend that we expect just will increase. And I will just, for the sake of the argument, I will also show the next image here, which is also some Pepsi types, which is with a taste of s'mores, which is like Pepsi with the taste of marshmallows. And you can also find Sprite and Coca-Cola in limited edition versions here. And they do this to stay relevant and to make new products. And because when they make new products, people want to try it, and they also want to always like know what's out there, and also what can I say, to show their image or their character through what they like to enjoy for a beverage. And this is telling us that there is a need for customization, and that is basically what this project is working on, to supply a customized beverage for the mass users. Yeah. And for this project, we Shanana told about the MDF that has been created, and so in this project we will adapt the MDF in order to produce beverages, and then the idea is that you could have one very much distributed all over the society, so you don't need so much distribution of water, because you can use locally sourced water, and you can just add the CO2 there, and you can and there are some small amount of flavor that is also added. So if you can produce the soda you would want exactly where the people are, or where the consumers are, that would be a very efficient way to produce it. And also you can also add the element that you can have a customized product, and that is quite important. And we see that's something that is in demand. So that is the use case that we're talking about now, to adapt the Fab Lab, or the machine that has been presented, in order to produce beverages. You can also see it in another way, because this is a website I found for 3D models. It's basically a marketplace for 3D models, and you can also imagine a world where people are developing recipes for beverages, and they are making them available on a website, or maybe even on the platform. So the consumers can test new things, and the machine can produce anything, because if it has the different concentration or flavors available, it can dosage exactly the right amount and produce it exactly according to the specification of the recipe or the customer's wants. And that is basically a very new thing. But you must remember that this is a less effective way to produce soda than like in a factory. So this is not for those who want to just like produce thousands of bottles in an hour. This is for the product or the consumers that want to have a customized product which is especially made for them. And on the right hand here, you see just like how the soda machine of the future might look, or the vending machine of the future might look like. But there's also other thing that you can add into this. It can also be like a local recycling unit for bottles, for instance. So there are many big ideas here that you can take into the idea and make it to a concept that makes it valuable for the society. And that is basically how we imagine the use case with beverages to be utilized. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you for the great presentation. It's really interesting. Okay, I will give the floor now to Petrus to present the third use case.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm Petrus from UBB, and I will start with a number to give you a perspective about pet food. We have in Europe more than 85 million pets, and this use case, my use case, pet food, aims to address the growing need for personalized pet food products. Our approach has the potential to positively impact the lives of millions of people and their beloved furry friends. By using a proprietary algorithm to create a personalized nutrition plan for each pet, we promote a wide range of pet food products to serve a diverse customer base interested in their pet's health. This approach empowers individuals to make conscious decisions about their pets' nutrition and consumption habits, creating a ripple effect within their communities. By choosing a sustainable and locally sourced options, they can encourage others to do the same, leading to a greater sense of community engagement and collaboration towards a shared goal. At the core of our solution is the use of small-scale manufacturing factories, which operate autonomously with minimal maintenance and operation service required. This decentralized approach offers a range of benefits, including flexibility, resilience, urban transformation, and minimization of transport costs and impacts. Also, our solution reduces food waste and minimizes the environmental impact of pet food production. And how we do this? We do this by encouraging you to bring your own your own container in which you can store the pet food. Can we go to the next slide? Yes, thank you. So this is a mini SWOT analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that we have. So we are able to, as in the strengths category, we are able to deliver customized pet food products. We keep account through our app in on the allergies of pet food and the customizable products that you can or you have to serve to your pet in order to have a healthier lifestyle. And we have the ability to provide solutions for pets, as I said, with allergies or food sensitivities. As in weaknesses, we have customized pet foods can be more expensive than standard pet foods, but the advantages of customized pet foods, as I said, in the allergies, I think it outstands the lack in or the increase in price. Okay, as in opportunities, it's a growing demand for natural and organic pet foods, which can increase the demand for customized pet foods. And having this small containers, or by us encouraging you to bring your own container, the quantity of the pet food available to you would be, yes, I know it would be a smaller quantity, but it would be more adapted to your needs or your pet food or your pet's needs. Okay, as in threats, we have competition from traditional pet foods, which there are big brands, people already know them, people already acquire them, and we have to, or we need a marketing strategy and the creativity to encourage customers to make the switch from, let's say, bigger brands to our solution. Okay, thank you so much. I try to keep it short and as much as entertaining as possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Petrus. Yes, we are really on time. Thank you for that. Now for the final use case, breakfast cereals, I will give the floor to Achilles.
You are mute, Achilles.
Yes, thank you, Maria. I said quite a few words before I unmuted. And now I will talk about breakfast cereals. This is something many of us start our day with. So let's see what are the possibilities here. So I will talk about various strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats with this use case. So not changing the slide. Okay. So let's start with strengths. In this use case, breakfast cereals, it offers enormous possibilities for customization. And the reason is that it is connected with our health and well-being, and various individuals have different kind of nutritional needs and preferences, and that's why the possibilities for customization are huge. And it can offer wide range of options. We can include flavors, ingredients, and various nutritional profiles. We can also work with adjusting the product for our allergy issues and special needs, for example, gluten-free diets, etc. These kind of products can also be connected with learning experiences, for example, teaching our kids the importance of breakfast, for example. So it can be connected with various other learning experiences as well. Since this kind of products we are producing in the quantities we really need, so we are going to reduce excess of waste. So it is leading towards waste reduction and also reduction in packaging materials. It also offers a broad market appeal. For example, we can talk about chocolate-rich cereals, and on the other side, we can also talk about fiber-rich cereals. And also cereal mix has the potential to make popular cereals healthier. So we have to make it more healthy without sacrificing taste. So we have to find a right balance of taste and health components. So how can we go to next slide? Then there are certain weaknesses. And the first one is maintaining consistency in the quality. So when we handle this kind of products, or we can say during the transportation or packaging or handling operations, it is likely that some of our material degrades. In terms degrades means that, okay, if you have a grain like structure, it can become more very fine powder like a structure, so it can break during the handling operations. So we have to maintain consistency in the quality. When we customize the product, we are mixing several materials, so we have to make sure that our final product has equally good shelf life. And customized cereals can also be more expensive than standard cereals. Next slide. Talking about opportunities, what we have seen in the recent years, that awareness for sustainable products are rising. And now customers are showing great willingness to pay extra for customization. We have seen growing demand for healthy and natural cereals. So that is increasing demand for customized cereals. We have also seen a huge development or enormous development, we can say, in digital technologies, for example, AI, ML, and advanced data analytics. And we can use that kind of technologies to enable more accurate formulations and preparation of customized cereals. And customized cereals can be designed, produced, and marketed as healthier and more sustainable alternative to traditional cereals. The last one, please. And talking about threats, since these products are directly connected to our food and health, so we are going to see lots of regulatory restrictions. So we have to comply with all the regulatory requirements. And that's a tedious process probably. Then we have customization. It implies also to extra cost because we are making it in small quantities and we are also changing quite a lot of formulations. And we also know that there are traditional cereals and other breakfast related products already in the market. So we are going to compete with them, and it is not going to be easy competing with some established products in the market. So that's all about breakfast cereals from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akhilesh, and thank you for all the presentations of these use cases. They are very familiar products to us, beverage, breakfast cereals, pet food for some of us also. And we can understand that beyond the technical and quality management challenges, we also have some social and consumption behavior challenges. And that's why STARHAUS prepared this first open call entitled Vision, where the main objective is ideate and specify the activities focusing on changing community mindsets toward adopting sustainable consumption models using customized products. Now I will introduce you the open call, how to apply to the open call, eligibility criteria, evaluation process, and selection. Okay, overall, this is one of 3 STARHAUS open calls. This first open call is already launched and will be the closing date will be on 31 July. The grant amount is up to 100K and up to 50K per application. For this open call, the experiments, so the winner applications will have an average duration of experiments of 4 months, and we are expected to grant at least 2 proposals. Okay, the objectives, the specific objectives of the open call is understand how to change the mindset of the target community towards sustainable consumption habits, and also identify the target community requirements as well as the possible barriers and the potential resistance to introduce and to adopt these transformations and innovation opportunities in terms of production and consumption. The activities that are expected to be included in the open call are on-field user research with the target communities, for example, municipalities, specific consumer groups, local associations, NGOs, schools, and so on, for the definition of the community requirements. Also, it will be important to experiment awareness process with innovative techniques involving artist competences, creative competences, and approaches to address to the target communities toward sustainable consumption. The first open call, Open Innovation and Creativity open call is focused on SMEs. This first open call will select at least 2 SMEs, and by SMEs we will include creative agencies, artists, technology companies, tech providers, innovation agencies, or any other related SME under STARHAUS project, so related with STARHAUS objectives and main outcomes. The expected outcomes of this open call, so the selected experiments should provide all the following outcomes: the definition of the target community's requirements to introduce transformations towards sustainable consumption, and the identification of potential possible barriers and resistance to introduce such transformations in these local target communities. Also, organization, documentation, and evaluation of all the awareness activities addressed in the target communities, within the target communities, and also during the entire project, during the entire experiment, the sub-projects are also expected to disseminate the activities and results that can be made through many ways, such as open science articles, popular science articles, conference posters, social media videos, blogs, and so on. Okay, to apply to this open call, we have a first eligibility criteria. Applicants the applicants, the entities must be registered in European Union member states or Horizon Europe Associated countries. You can find a list of these countries in our documentation that is available on the STARHAUS website. Applications made by organizations that are not SMEs are not eligible, so this open call is only focused to SMEs. Also, applications must be submitted in English. Any other language will be not eligible. Also, the entire activity, so meetings, knowledge, dialogue exchanges will also be entirely in English. The duration of the proposed experiment is limited to a minimum of 3 months and a maximum of 6 months. For this first open call, the expected duration will be 4 months, but this is the window of flexibility. And the applications proposing experiments with duration outside these limits are not eligible. Also, entities from STARHAUS consortium are not eligible, so this is a very common one. And finally, applications need to be submitted by the deadline of the call, so late application will not be admitted. Okay, how to apply the application? The submissions must be done exclusively via the user survey platform. You can find the link here, but also on the website and in all the open call documentation available. So through email or any other channel, the submissions will not be accepted. The process to apply is the first online application, answering all mandatory questions, of course, again in English. Then the submission of the technical annex and the budget template is also mandatory. Accept the terms and conditions, and of course, submit a proposal by the deadline 31st of July. As you can see, you can find all the information for this first open call on STARHAUS website. Here on the left, you can find all the necessary documentations, not only the technical annex, the budget templates, but also the guideline for proposals, the call for proposal text, and also some documents that will be necessary if your application is selected, such as the subgrant agreement contract, declaration of honor, and other bureaucratical and administrative information necessary to proceed with this joint collaboration. And then finally, you can submit your proposal right through the user survey. I will go very quick through the form you will find. First, you need to specify what type of application you are replying. You can participate as individual application, so single entity, but also through consortium application. Also indicate what type of use case your proposal will address. It can be one, it can be two, it can be all, but you must select at least one. Then you will find the project details, so your project, your proposal title, and a place to upload the technical annex and also the budget proposal. Then the section entity details is information about your entity, so the legal name, the country, address, VAT number. Okay, and the formal declaration. So the information in your proposal is correct and true and is compliant with the eligibility criteria. Okay. The technical annex So where you will propose your project, where you will introduce your activities, you need, of course, select the use case, your proposal title, a project abstract indicating the main objectives, the methodology, activities to be performed, expected results, and the European added value. Then the methodology and activities proposed. So an explanation of the methodology of the proposal, describing the activities, the art science interventions, including also a timeline, and indicate the innovative approach that is behind your proposal. Example, novel concepts, a novel approach linked to these use cases. And of course, also include information on the competences and resources of the entities that are applying to the funding. And has an option information. We also have the social and environmental impact. Okay, this is a brief overview of the budget template. We need to include the value of all the symmetrical and eligible costs, so personal costs, travel, accommodation, and subsistence, and so on. And please note that all of these costs must be aligned with the activities that you are proposing in the technical annex. So we must these costs must be justified not only here in the template, but also mentioned and indicated in the technical annex. Okay, the evaluation process. So first, we will receive all the proposals. First, we'll have a first eligibility screening, so understand if all proposals are written in English, were delivered and submitted on due time, and so on. And then we will proceed for the evaluation of these eligible applications. After this first evaluation, an individual evaluation, a consensus meeting will be done by the evaluation jury. And of course, the selected beneficiaries will be communicated, and the subgrant agreement signature will also be prepared. In more detail, as I said, we have the first eligibility check, then individual evaluation. So each member of the jury will individually evaluate each one of the proposals. Then a consensus meeting will be done with all the members of the jury. If the decisions will be done by consensus, or if not possible, by majority vote. So at least 2 in 3. And the ranking list will be communicated and displayed on all communication channels of the project. The evaluation criteria of this open call is first, degree of innovation. Describe how the proposal describes the innovative approach, the methodologies that are behind the proposal. The second criteria is soundness of the technical approach. So the credibility of the proposed activities, and for example, synergy between technological challenge and artistic approach, and of course the methodological approach. The third criteria is creative and business capacity. This criteria will assess, evaluate the skills, competences, experience of the team or the entity, and finally, last criteria is cost benefit. So as I mentioned, your budget, the budget that you will submit must be aligned with the activities that you are proposing in the technical element. All applications will be scored in a scale of 0 to 5, where 0 not relevant and 5 excellent. And the rule for the evaluation will follow 3 criteria. So the first one, degree of innovation score. The second one, the creative and business capacity score. And the third one, the date of submission. So earlier submitted proposals are selected first. Okay, finally, the overall timeline. The deadline for submission is 31st July, 5 CT time. The evaluation will be done from 1st August until 3rd September. Then the results of the selection process will be informed around 6th September. After this information, we expect to have the official sub-grant agreement signature. So the selected beneficiaries will sign this sub-grant agreement together with the STARHAUS consortium and of course the project coordinator. And the planned, the estimated date is 27 October. And the experiment execution time frame is expected to take place from 1st October 2024 and 31st January 2025. Okay, for further questions, doubts, and any other information, you can send an email to our dedicated email, so starhaus.opencall@innova.business. You can also find all the necessary information on the website, the call for proposals, the guidelines for applicants, where you will find all the information from step 1 to step 4 until the final step. So I will give the floor to questions. We already have some prepared questions. I think we can go at least 2 or 3 of them. Okay. Okay, to finish, we will present you some frequently asked questions just so that this answer will be also available on the recording. Okay, I cannot. Okay, thank you, Rowan. Okay, can I apply multiple times to open call number 1? Yes, you can apply multiple times, but only one will be funded in case of selection. How many open innovation and creativity open calls will STARHAUS have? So STARHAUS will have 3 different open calls. The first open call, this one, currently open until 31st July. And the second open call will be launched in September 2024. And the third open call is also expected to be launched in September 2024. All the information will be, of course, available in STARHAUS project. Okay. Can I apply for all the STARHAUS open calls? Yes. It's okay to apply for all STARHAUS open calls, but the maximum amount of grants per institution, per organization is always 50K. Okay, how is the payment handled? The approved projects, the funds will be distributed in 2 lump sums. The first one the 50% at the beginning of the project. So at the moment of the sub-grant agreement signature, the final 50% of the funding will be just delivered after the project ending. So after the deliverable and the report that all projects, all applications must deliver after the project. Okay, we can go to other one. Is subcontracting possible? Yes, subcontracting is possible, but allowed only for up to 33% of the estimated budget. This subcontracting can be used for hiring, for example, individual experts, artists, musicians, designers, freelancers, and so on. So yes, it's possible to include subcontracting costs in your proposal, but please consider that the maximum value is 33%. Okay. This is also a frequently asked question. How can I assess the eligibility of an artist? An artist refers to either an SME, a slightly bigger company, or a mid-cap. You can find all these definitions also in STARHAUS open call documentation. Okay, the same. Okay, for example, are public institutions eligible as tax providers? Yes, as long as they are profit organizations. So, okay, to finish, I don't know if anyone wants to say something, to ask something, but I will highlight again for any questions and more information, you can send us an email. And yes, thank you for your participation. And thank you also to my colleagues.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.